I had to burp, and I didn't want to burp on the camera because I can't stand to hear people burp. But yeah, I hope y'all guys are doing fine. I hope everyone is doing fine on this lovely Wednesday, right? So I wanted to bring to you the story about Megan Thee Stallion. Okay, so apparently it looks like Tuesday night, which was last night, Megan Thee Stallion was performing in Broadway doing the Moulin Rouge. Doing performing the Moulin Rouge. She was playing the role of the gentleman performer. You know, the one who comes out and speak and introduces everyone. I forgot what that character is called. But anyway, apparently she passed out. And they're saying the New York Post, or I'm sorry, the New York Times is saying that it was because of exhaustion. Probably hunger. Because have y'all seen Meg the Stallion lately? She is very skinty. Okay? Skinty. And she's still thick, skinty thick. That's what I would call it. But she looks hungry. Yeah. I'm concerned for her, and her, maybe she's not eating. She's with this what is he, a football player, basketball player? Basketball player. Yeah, yeah, he's a basketball player. So maybe she thinks she needs to be skinty. I don't know. She's still going down for the Tory Lanez thing. I ain't let that go yet. But anyway, let's get into it. Let's talk about it. So again, the New York Times has posted this um, information as of today. It says Megan Thee Stallion cites exhaustion after falling ill on Broadway. The rapper was rushed to the hospital midway through a performance of Moulin Rouge, the musical, on Tuesday. She is expected to return to the show on Thursday. Child, they gave her a day off. Hope she's out the hospital since they doing this tour, making her go back to work. So this was updated, excuse me, April 1st at 1 p.m. Eastern, and it's 4:23 here. It says Moulin Rouge, the musical, had a big plan to increase its grosses this spring as it neared the end of its Broadway run. Enlist the rapper Meg Thee Stallion to make a splash debut as the musical's Mistress of Ceremony. Okay, so she played the Mistress of Ceremony, which that role is usually played by a woman. But check it out, this man back here, he got on a dress, looked like a tutu. So I guess they just switching it all up, child. I don't know, but this was a performance in New York City on Broadway. But after a week of performances, the performer fell ill midway through a show on Tuesday night and was rushed to a hospital. Another performer stepped in to play Zitler, a nightclub impresario in turn of the century Paris, and finished the show. So Zitler was Meg Thee Stallion's role that she played in the musical, and someone stepped in to play that role for her. So that's pretty good. A spokesman for Meg Thee Stallion said in a statement on Wednesday that the performer had been evaluated at a hospital and diagnosed with extreme exhaustion, dehydration, vasoconstriction, and low metabolic levels. Metabolic levels. Okay, vasoconstriction. What does that mean? I don't know why I'm thinking veins, but can't be veins. Now y'all know me, I gotta do a little digging here. Let me see what that means. Construction of blood vessels which increase blood pressure. Okay. Let's see how you say it.
Vasoconstriction.
Vasoconstriction. Okay, okay, okay. You ain't gonna tell me I don't know how to read. Okay, what that other word I was struggling with? Who put that in there too? Help a sister out. Let's see here.
Impresario.
Impresario. Okay, so a person who organizes and often finances concerts, plays, or operas. Okay, so pretty much like the host. Um, so yeah, a spokesperson said in a statement on Wednesday, which is today, that the performer had been evaluated at a hospital. Meg has since been treated, discharged, and is now resting. The spokesman said Megan is incredibly grateful for the prayers and well wishes her supporters and is from her supporters and is looking forward to resuming her role as Zitler. Meg Thee Stallion will miss the show's two performances on Wednesday, but the spokesman added that the rapper would return to the musical on Thursday. In a post on Instagram, Meg Thee Stallion called the episode a real wake up call for her. I've been pushing myself past my limits lately, running on empty, and my body finally said enough, she wrote. It honestly scared her. I thought I was going to faint on stage. I really tried to push through my performance, but I just couldn't. Why I just don't believe her? That's wrong, ain't it? She added, I just need one day to rest, reset, and take care of herself the way she take care of herself the way I should have been. The way she should have been. The singer has already improved the show's box office grosses. Last week, her first in the show, Moulin Rouge, grossed 1.6 million at the box office, an increase of 39% over the previous week. Okay. All right. Okay, Megan. All right. Girl, you better get yourself together. Okay. Yes, it is very interesting. Okay, because she's looking hungry. If y'all haven't seen Megan, she has lost a lot of weight. She's slim. I call this skinty thick. She's skinty thick. She's not. She's I guess slim thick, but she was thicker. Still got the body yaddy, the shape, the booty, but very skinty. Yeah, so she said she hasn't been taking care of herself. And I was going to say, wow, they're only giving her one day off. But I guess today it would be a very busy day. It seems like they're having two performances in a day. So, child, whew, yeah, she need to get some rest. Exhaustion, dehydration, and where are your subscribers at? Okay, what's up? What's up? But yeah, so yeah, I'm glad she hasn't nothing extremely bad has happened to Megan because we wouldn't want to hear that, right? We don't want to hear that. But yeah, I'm gonna just leave it at that. But I also heard in other news that Kim Kardashian lost the case, or the judge is making her show proof of what she's saying about Ray J. Now, if you don't know, the Kardashians said, okay, let me go back. Let me go back. Hold up. Okay. So Ray J came out and said that he was going to post the contract of him and Kim having that X tape. And he said that that was produced by the mom, Kris Jenner. Kris, is it Kris Kardashian Jenner? Whatever. Kris, right? The mom. He said she was the one who got that deal and he got paid from it, and it wasn't a X tape that they had did, and it got lost. Like, that was the rumor that they spread around, the lie that they told, that they did an X tape. It got put out, and then that's how Kim pretty much became like big famous, right? So Ray J spilled the beans, and he did a live. I can't remember what it was on. I believe it was on Instagram, but he did a live and he showed the contract on the big screen. Okay. He was in, I believe, his house, allegedly. Could have been an Airbnb. I'm not sure. But they were in a movie theater in the home, and he pulled it up on the big movie theater screen. Okay. There was a contract that was signed with Kim name, Chris' name, and Ray J's name. Okay. And Ray J said that this was a production. This didn't just come out just cuz. This wasn't something we did privately. No, we got paid for this. He said he got paid for this. They were supposed to keep that under wraps. So, so he came out with that information after he said that Kim brought that up about the X tape on her show, The Kardashians. And since she brought it up on the show because they wasn't supposed to talk about it, since she brought it up, he said, well, she what do you call it? I guess she, like, they had a contract. It was voided because she spoke about it. None of them were supposed to speak about that contract, but Kim spoke about it. So Ray J said, right? So then he came and showed proof of the contract that he signed. Because if this was the actual X tape with you and your boo, you wouldn't have a contract selling the footage, because you said y'all recorded it and it got lost somehow, right? But nah, Ray J showed proof, and so he showed the proof on his social media page. The Kardashians said that they were going to sue. They did. The judge is now asking for the Kardashians to provide a transcript of that information, because Ray J's team is saying that no, they mention it, so the contract is void because no one was supposed to mention it, but they mention it, so they brought it up. So since they brought it up, the judge is now wanting to see that proof, I guess, so he could dismiss the case, which is a big thing, right? Because it proves to you that Ray J wasn't lying, which I didn't believe he was lying anyway, because he had a whole contract. And he said in that live stream, because I watched it, I don't know if y'all checked it out. Y'all let me know in the comment section if y'all checked it out also. I didn't watch the X tape because I'm not into that, but I did watch that live, and he said he showed everything. He also said allegedly that he didn't even sign the document, that Kim signed it, and she put her initials or her signature or something beside it. If y'all checked it out, y'all make sure y'all enter that information in the comment section here. But yeah, so he said on top of them having a whole contract for the X tape, he didn't even sign it. Kim said she called him and told him she was going to sign it for him and send him over the documents so they can go ahead and get everything finalized. Child, whole big thing, okay? Y'all know if y'all remember, but not too long ago, before they had the court date, Ray J mom came out and said that she was supporting her son in every way. And when she said that, I already knew. Okay, a black mama supporting her son publicly. Oh, she know he right. She know he telling the truth, because we ain't about to get out here and embarrass ourselves. Now you can embarrass yourself, and I'll be in the background. Okay, but I'm not gonna be standing beside you and you wrong, and then we both look wrong. Okay, Diddy Mama. But yeah. So apparently now they gotta prove. Now they gotta provide that evidence that Ray J brought up, and so I'm thinking that once the judge see that, he's going to dismiss their case, and then what they going to say? They going to do a public interview like Jay Z did and just put out anything, just blatantly lie, okay, to the people, allegedly. I mean, I don't know any of these celebrities, but I will speak my opinion. Okay, that's what my channel is about. But yeah, so hopefully Ray J is doing good. I'm not even sure how his health is or what's going on there, but hopefully he's okay because I know it is not going to be cute for him if they lose. Hey Bella, what's up, Bella? What's going on? I hope you guys are having an awesome Wednesday. Yeah, thank you for the likes. If y'all could like my channel, I appreciate that. And subscribe. Y'all, I have received so many subscribers since since March 13th until now. Like, I'm so thankful. Thank you guys for watching my content. I'm not no Tisa Tales yet, okay? But I really appreciate you guys watching my content that I make right here in my bedroom, in my office, in my living room, my kitchen. It don't matter where I talk. Y'all watching, and I really appreciate it. But yeah, who else got some stuff going on? Let me talk about Tiger Woods real quick, okay? So if you don't know, Tiger Woods just recently allegedly got into a car accident where his car flipped over and then it slid. So what had happened was before that happened, like not even a week before that accident happened, he was playing in the golf tournament. And it made me feel like, are they messing with this man? Like, this man cannot be dumb to be driving under the influence because that's what the police came out and said. Okay, they did a whole press conference with no information talking about they charged him with DUI. Now, check this out now. Okay, so apparently, days after he had been in the tennis tournament or whatever you call that, he was driving. That's his problem. He need to stop driving because it ain't working out for him. But he was driving. Now, I guess they were in California, allegedly. I believe it was California, going around a curve. And supposedly, he was trying to get around this car, and his car flipped over and slid. So it could have been like a fatal accident, like he could have passed away because of how bad the car flipped over. I guess it didn't like flip, like tumble. It like, okay, say this the car, right? It flipped like that and then slid. Okay? And I'm saying this because the details matter. All right. Now I watched the press conference a couple of times and I was just like, okay, I'm trying to get the details because I really feel like they're messing with this man. I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, so they're saying they charged him with a DUI. So when they got him out the car, he was fine, thankfully, right? They wanted to give him a alcohol test, like test him for alcohol. They wanted him to blow in the thing, and he refused. They wanted him to provide a urine test, and he refused. But they told us that, and then the next thing you know, they lock him up, do the mug shot and everything. Put the mug shot out there, schedule a press conference, schedule a press conference to give us a whole bunch of no information. Okay, so I guess his when he did the breathalyzer, it was like point something, and I'm not even sure if that's like the legal limits. I'm a research. I get to that, but I don't even think that's illegal. I think that was within the legal limits. So that made me suspicious right there. Then they're charging him with DUI, but they can't say what he was driving under the influence of, which is suspicious to me because how you going to charge someone with something You don't even know what you're charging them with. That's concerning to me. Then you do a press conference for someone getting in an accident on the same day. That that just seemed a little. I don't know about that right there. And to give no information really. They said that I guess the lady who was driving ahead of him, who Tiger Woods was trying to go around, I guess she made a statement. Of course, she gonna stay there so she can, give her statement. Probably a crisis actor. I don't know. She gave a statement saying he was driving erratically behind her, allegedly, and he was trying to get around her, and so she said she kept going the same way she was going, and he tried to go around her. That's when his car turned over and slid. But yet he didn't. Let me do the limits. Let me find out what the limits are. The legal limits for a breathalyzer. And I believe that was California. I'm gonna say in California because I don't know if it's different in each state or what. Oh, yeah, it's a 0.8% or higher if you are 21 years old. It is okay. It is illegal for you to drive if you have a breathalyzer test of 0.8% or higher if you are over the age 21. 0.1% or higher if you are under 21. Okay, so I guess the breathalyzer. Okay, all right. My bad. I didn't do the research beforehand on that, so that's on me. Okay, so I guess, and I believe it was point eight. It was point something. Let me see what he actually blew. Let's see here. So what was Tiger Woods? Now they got a couple tests, so I gotta make sure I put for 2020, 2026, because you know I don't know how many DUI charges this man has. He just don't need to be driving, in my opinion. Like, dude, get a driver. Where are you going? You can drink and drive in the back seat. Okay, so let's see here. Trying to get this ad off here. Um, March 27th. Um, I don't see what he. It keeps saying failure to. Okay, so apparently these are his chargers, Tiger Woods here, because I really just feel like they just messing with this man. But it says the rollover crash in Juniper Island, Florida. Oh, that's Florida. Marks the fourth time golfer Tiger Woods has been involved in a dangerous accident with his vehicle. March 27, 2026, in a two vehicle crash near his Florida home, Woods clipped a trailer from behind, flipped his Land Rover on its side. He was charged with DUI and failure to submit a DUI test. So how can he be charged with the DUI and there aren't any results of him being under the influence? What if it was an accident? I mean, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I know folks would be like, "Oh, well, he got a history. Do he really?" Okay, because we know these folks to play with you. Okay, hold up now. So y'all check this out. Who is this? This is USA Today. Okay, so USA Today. Okay, you see what I say. USA Today. It says Tiger Woods had hydrocodone, sweating profusely after crash officials. Wouldn't you be? Wouldn't you be sweating profusely? Happy you made it? Think about your car turns over. Okay? Let's see what this saying real quick. Tiger Woods told police that he was looking down at his cell phone and changing the radio station before a March 27th traffic crash in Florida that resulted in his SUV flipping on its side. The new details comes as Martin County Sheriff's Department released Woods' arrest affidavit on March 31st. The 15-time major golf champion was also described as sweating profusely when speaking with investigators after the crash. The affidavit obtained by USA Today Sports also included observations by the arresting officer that Woods' eyes were bloodshot and glassy. Why I just don't believe them, y'all? His eyes were bloodshot and glassy. They wouldn't be like that after you done flipped over. As he performed a variety of field sobriety tests. In addition, a sheriff's department found two small white pills in Wood's pants pocket. The pills were later identified as hydrocodone, a potent opiate used to treat severe chronic pain, right, which most people take after they have any type of surgery, okay? Whether they got a fill in for their teeth or maybe got a tooth pull. Usually, most doctors are giving you that. Now, if they're in his pocket, was he under the influence of it? Because I'm not sure if that's something you should be driving. You should be taking while you're driving. But I guess that's probably why they charged him because he had pills in his pocket. But let's see here. Woods 50 was charged with DUI and failure to submit a DUI test following the two vehicle crash on Jupiter Island, where he has a home. Okay, so he was close to his house. Neither Woods nor the driver of the other vehicle was injured in the crash. Woods was taken into custody following the accident and was released at 11:11. Wow, 11:11, y'all. Y'all, I be thinking this stuff be spiritual. It be on a whole nother level. On a $1,150 bail later that night, a Martin County jail official told the Palm Beach Post, Palm Beach Pete, child, I need to start reading this stuff, right? Because why Palm Beach Pete in Florida driving under the influence, but ain't they don't know exactly what he under the influence of, but he has some pills in his pocket still. The pills ain't fall out his pocket during the crash. How lucky was he? I guess I don't know. To live. Y'all know what I mean. What is hydrocodone? About the pills police say were found in Tiger Woods. We already know those painkillers. They give those to everybody. They're calling them opioids, like it's something like it's the dependency that he may have. According to Mayo Clinic, hydrocodone may become habit forming, causing mental and physical dependency if used for a long time. Now, that is very true. They even tell you that after you have surgery to be careful about taking those pain meds for long periods of time because you can get addicted to it. The most common side effects of taking hydrocodone is frequently prescribed under the brand name Vicodin are dizziness and lightheadedness. Patients are routinely. How do you say that? Why I can't say that word? I know that word. Anyway, advised to avoid driving a vehicle or operating dangerous. Okay, all right. Machinery if you are unsure how the medication will affect you. All right, so then they go into the deaths and all, trying to make it seem like, oh, he's so. He don't know. Okay. Most people, if they have an addiction to something, they probably know how to operate under that, under the influence of it. But I don't know. I just find it suspicious that here we go with another accident around tournament time, because they didn't even mention that. I'm surprised they mentioned everything else. But that might make them sound a little suspicious if they did mention it. So I understand them not wanting to mention that, they're posting this information and charge him with the DUI and don't even know what he was under the influence of. Because, see, I thought they said, now, which is crazy because I heard reports saying allegedly that he took the breathalyzer and it was point something, but I see point zero eight is illegal. So I guess from point zero 0.07 and down is not illegal. Point zero 0.08 and up is illegal. But this happened in Florida. Yeah, I just wanted to bring that up because wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. But yeah, let's go back here. Let me go back and see what else I was meaning to talk about. So I wanted to talk about Jay Z also. Y'all know I gotta talk about them folks, okay? All right, because I did a video a long time ago, months ago, about that what do you call him? That roommate of Jay Z, which I guess the better title for him would be an NFL player, Larry Johnson. So he did an interview about a year ago, I believe, allegedly. Okay, or if you go on YouTube, you'll see the interview on there he did with this guy. I forgot what channel it was on, but he did an interview. He's an NFL player. He used to be a part of the Rockaware brand or something. He was an NFL player. Apparently, allegedly, there were a lot of speculations around him saying he was either using like alcohol or pain meds or something. Anyway, they were saying that he was just doing a whole lot of things that he shouldn't be doing. So I'm putting that out there just to let y'all know his record is not clean. His reputation is not clean. Okay. So he did an interview about a year ago saying that he used to stay with Jay Z. Jay Z paid the bills. He needed a place to stay. He was down and out. He stayed with Jay Z. He hung out with him because he was part of that brand or that era or something. I'm not sure if he was trying to be a rapper or something. I don't know. Y'all could check the interview out yourself. Just put Larry Johnson in the search bar on YouTube and everything will pull up, right? So apparently he said that he went to a party. They had a video shoot earlier that evening or that day. Then after the video shoot, they went back to this party, this house party, and he said everyone was drinking, having a good time. Then a whole bunch of children came in, and he said Beyonce sat next to him with this child, and she told the child something about that's not sexy enough or be sexy. She said the word sexy to a child. It was like after 12 p.m., everybody was drinking. He felt, this is all alleged, and then I'm just rephrasing what Larry Johnson said, but he said he felt weird and then he left. And he was saying that this crazy because he think all those celebrities are into that type thing, messing with children for like a sacrifice or something, or part of the Illuminati. I know people get woo, they think that's woo woo when you talk about the Illuminati, but call it what you want to call it, okay? If you're messing with children, that's a no no, okay? If you're messing with anyone who doesn't want to be messed with, that's a no no, right? But anyway, that's what Larry Johnson said about Jay Z and Beyonce. Okay, so just recently he did another interview going into detail, right? So he was telling, what I guess what happened with him during his NFL time. He wasn't being his best self. He was saying that after looking back on it, you know, he's surprised that because he came out and said stuff that they didn't like try to murk him. You know what I mean? Try to delete him, because and say it was like a suicide. Because you can't say certain stuff on YouTube. So read between the lines, people. Okay. So he said that he was surprised that didn't happen because his life was out of control at the time. And that would have been a perfect setup to say, oh, this what happened to him. He deleted himself. He's crazy. And, oh, y'all, look what I just see. Sunshine Goddess is live. She is. But, silly me. But yeah, so he was saying, yeah, he stands on that. Everything he said is the truth. Okay, this is his words. Okay, that Larry Johnson is saying. He said that at the time when he was cool with Jay Z, he said Jay Z told him he should not have done the Fantasia video. So apparently he was in the Fantasia video, When I See You, I Believe. And I didn't even recognize him. He looked bigger. He looked thicker, but I guess if he drinking and I don't know. Anyway, I don't know how that works. But let me pull that up here. Let's see here. Let me pull that video up. Because actually, Black Balloon, y'all check that out, okay? Because Black Balloon did a video about it, like the Here It Go. Talking about it. I think this is it. Let me let y'all hear what he found in here. Okay, hold up. Hold up. Cause I was like, what?
So let me start off by saying this. I do not have beef with this man or his wife. They have always treated me with respect and hospitality. He even supported me when no other brands at the time of my professional career would touch me. I have no regrets with my involvement with Rockaware, Team Rock, and the relationships I've formed. But those things had to die off because I choose a different path. He chose the darkness and Satan. I chose light in Yahuwah. So let's get into this interview, which I thought was hilarious. Right off bat, they told you exactly who he is. People are trying to break down why he had this Congolese mask and how it meant for the struggle or how it meant for the culture. They don't care about who they are as far as their identity. They're never going to tell you who they truly are or who we truly are. But they know, and they chose a side to be subjugated. He got his hands in the pyramid here. He got his hands in the pyramid here for the photo shoot. His thumbs in the pyramid here for the photo shoot. And of course, you see the Eye of Horus or the Eye of Ra, which is the one-eye symbolism that is all connected to Freemasonry or Prince Hall Freemasonry. As you can see here, it's all esoteric knowledge. They go from black and they go from white in one 35-minute video. The interviews wearing a black hat with a white background, and he wears a white hat and a black background, just like the floor in York Rite, Scottish Rite, and Prince Hall Freemason lodges is the checkerboard flag. So the very first part of the interview, he wanted to jump into what happened to him as being accused of raping a young woman. He didn't really go into it because...
So he's talking about, this is Larry Johnson, and he's talking about his old friend Jay Z and how during the interview that Jay Z just did with GQ, he brought up the Busby situation, and really, in my opinion, he didn't really bring it up in detail. Like he could have went more into detail about what really happened, because a lot of people thinking, oh, he won his case, he won the case, but actually the case got dismissed. It was a defamation lawsuit that Jay Z. It was a defamation case, and it got dismissed. So think about it, people. If I say that you said that I was out here stealing, right? Matter of fact, big up the Black Balloon because this is video because I don't want to be stealing nobody content and don't even, promote them, whatever. I watch his stuff all the time. I appreciate your content, dude. Okay. But if somebody said that I was a thief and then I take them to court for defamation and I win, I will win a judgment or something for defamation. It wouldn't just get dismissed. If it get dismissed, then maybe it's some details that was actually true that just got dismissed. So that's not a win for me, really. If I try to sue you and then it don't go through, I don't actually win. If it get dismissed, how am I winning? But the story he's telling is that he didn't even say it got dismissed. I'm thinking, I don't believe he said those words, but he wants you to think that he submitted a case to the court. He won, and that's all he wants you to know. But the case got dismissed. He didn't win a judgment. He didn't even win the defamation lawsuit. It got dismissed, so he didn't win. I just wanted to make sure I explain that to y'all, just so you won't be confused out here. The interviewer was selected for a particular reason, and he wasn't going to give him any hard questions where he couldn't handle it. But all you have to see is what he's been propagating throughout his career. I mean, no one is out here really wearing "Do What Thou Wilt," which was a quote by Aleister Crowley. If you know anything about Aleister Crowley, he was a high-level Freemason who believed in sex magic. He meant drugging young children so they could achieve spiritual enlightenment. In theory and practice, in the book of magic, he even admits that in order to achieve this higher level of spirituality, that you go after a young white male or a young male child. Yeah, so I wanted you to talk a little bit about this idea of like you said earlier, like the things that you do for the culture, the ways that you put on, the ways that you try to protect and move forward, but kind of the pushback that you get sometimes about people throw capitalists at you in a derogatory sense. Yeah, I think in that verse specifically, the only thing I heard coming up was the American dream until we started being successful. And it was like, wait a minute, you're selling out because you're making money. That was the first thing that was put on. Okay. So who said Jay Z was selling out because he was making money? Because P. Diddy was making money. Okay. Everybody was making money and we were celebrating them by purchasing all the albums and everything. So who was talking about, oh, he's getting money now? He's selling out. Who said that? I don't even remember that being a thing. Now I know people saying that someone sold out is a thing, okay? But I don't remember hearing folks saying that Jay Z sold out. No, I know he kicked his people to the curb, okay? What's that dude who teeth fell out his mouth? Um, I can't never remember that man's name on camera. Boy, I tell you. Oh, what is that dude name? Who teeth fell out his mouth while he was talking? My nose itching. Dang, I always remember it when I get off camera. I must not be meant to say this man's name. It's like it's right there. Dame Dash. Whew. So allegedly, okay, Dame Dash said he thought Jay Z told him that they were just gonna let the business go, Rockaway or whatever, and he thought they were just gonna in that business and maybe start something new or do something different, and the next thing he know, it's like he got pushed out. And I'm just reframing everything. This is alleged. Y'all can check Dame Dash his interviews. He tells it best. You can check those out. But he said he thought they were going to go into business doing something else, and Jay-Z just left. altogether. The business was over, everything was over, and he left him hanging. And then he was stuck out here trying to figure out, okay, what I'm gonna do next. So apparently, that's what Jay Z do to his people. Now, if you haven't heard, um, D Haven. D Haven, he was a friend of Jay Z. They both were in the Marcy Projects together, lived in the Marcy Projects. They both sold rugs together with the D. Okay. D Haven ended up getting into some trouble. I believe, allegedly, they both got into some trouble. D Haven went to jail. Jay didn't. Jay Z didn't. And he was like, wow, how did that happen? Because he was told, so he said allegedly, y'all check out Real Life Street Stars interview they did with D Haven. He said that he thought both of them were going down. That's what he was told. And he said he was the only one that went down. And then Jay told him, oh, I'm gonna look out for you. It's gonna be good. What blah blah blah. And yeah, no. Okay. D Haven went to jail and he and C are here from Jay Z ever since. Okay. So apparently Jay Z has a history, allegedly, of leaving his friends behind. And ain't it supposed to be no friend left behind or something? What isn't that a saying or something? Anyway, yeah. Okay, what kind of code this man play by? Okay, allegedly he got Wanda knocked up. Okay, Ramir mama while she was underage. Okay, allegedly he was messing with that chick who deleted herself. Allegedly, Kathy White, right before Beyonce came out and told the world that she was with child, which was a lie. Now they might have been having a child, but she wasn't with the child. You hear what I'm saying? That whole family is child. Let me get back to you because this is just good. Y'all watch because y'all big this man up and y'all need to wake up.
Musicians, like, no, I make art first, and then I make sure that I'm compensated for my art. I didn't take advantage. I didn't get here by taking advantage of people. I didn't take it.
He ain't take advantage of no one. He didn't get there by taking advantage of anyone. I want y'all to look at this picture here. Don't it look like he got blood on his hands? Doesn't his face look like he got blood on his face? This looks very ritualistic. Very the 1 hour symbolism. Y'all can't tell me that don't mean nothing. Okay? The diamond, the pyramid here. I see this. For folks who act like they don't see all this imagery here, the diamonds, the pyramid in the back. What you think that stuff mean? I don't know him to be Afrocentric like that. This means something. No one. No one. That's not my reputation. That's not what I do. I didn't get here by taking advantage of people or taking advantage of, you know, the loopholes in the system or some wrinkle in like a capitalist structure. This is where it gets a little iffy. And this is why I don't think there are true Prince Hall billionaires. He signed a 10-year. Okay, so Larry Johnson is about to get into why he don't believe Jay Z is a billionaire. Okay, now there has been many people, okay, saying that to get on the Forbes list, you can like apply. Okay, you could just apply to be on the Forbes list. Now, I'm not sure what type of research they do to actually find out if these people, these celebrities, or whoever are actual millionaires. And maybe you could pay your way in some place. Maybe you got to know yourself, know someone that can get you on the Forbes list or something. But he's breaking down how Jay Z cannot possibly be a millionaire. Okay, let's get into it. Year 150 million 360 deal to Live Nation in 2008, then came back 2017 to sign another 10-year deal, a 360 deal with 200 million. These are the architects of this so-called 360 deal. It is structured, often leads to financial exploitation. So if he's a billionaire, then these men got to be trillionaires because there's no way they would give that much freedom to any black artist to control
their entertainment, control their license, control who they are, control the money they make from touring without any of these guys having their hands in it. The top guy is Hanson, is a manager of former rock bands. Everybody knows Leo Cohen, and these two Tennessee lawyers are the ones that put together the 360 deal. You think when they put this deal together, it was to give artists rights and control over their artwork? No, it's literally financial slavery. They need you Negroes to believe that they are billionaires, so you keep going into this industry and then getting exposed and then knowing that you have to open up your rectum or your prostate in order to elevate into getting a billionaire status. They don't tell you the other side of these deals. You can get as many degrees as you want, but it's just like trying to get all degrees you want, but you still got a ceiling. You can't go but so high because the people that
now this guy that you kissing their ass. Now this guy right here, I believe this guy, it says Jay Z mentor Jazzo. So you can't really see it because it's cut off. The video is cut off. Now, Jaguar Wright talk about Jazzo a lot. Allegedly, her and Jazzoff had a thing going on, and I believe she was underage or something. Allegedly. She told the story. I'm just repeating what I heard, okay? So allegedly, Jazzo was Jay-Z's first mentor in the rap game. Now, he passed away, which was suspect. So Jaguar Wright said. I didn't say it. That's what she said, allegedly. Okay, that was suspect. So I remember when Biggie was around, right? Jay-Z, it seemed like he was like in the background, in my opinion. Back then, during that time, was that 96, 97? Is when I remember Jay-Z, hearing about Jay-Z or whatever, but I didn't hear about him much. Like, not at all. Not that much at all. But apparently, allegedly, Jay-Z was close with Diddy at that time. Biggie left, or, Biggie got deleted, and then it seems like Jay-Z took his whole persona. Okay? If you don't believe me, do your research, okay? But he was using a lot of Biggie's lyrics in his songs, so, or his rhymes or whatever. So a lot of people were saying Jay-Z a genius, Jay-Z a genius, and I'm like, how are you a genius using other people verses? Often, very often, in a lot of his stuff. And think about it. Biggie, he was a huge artist. Matter of fact, allegedly, he was supposed to be creating a whole record label with the Junior Mafia clique. Okay, he had them all thinking that he was gonna produce their album and everything, including Lil Kim. And a lot of them he was writing music for. So if he writing music before he passed away, where is that music? We don't know how much of that music got into the hands of Jay-Z, and then him and he got it from Puff Daddy, somehow worked out a deal because they hang in the same circles or whatever. I don't know, but it's all a mess. I just want y'all to think.
And letting them fill them up and shit. They don't know shit. He's involved. He's involved, but he's involved with this shit, man. So the reason why they pick drug dealers is because if you can sell poison to your own people and destroy them, it ain't nothing for you to do it and say it over a beat. So basically, used him. He was literally the least percentage of owning the Brooklyn Nets. But the reason why they put him up here with the owner, because they needed him to be in. So, if you don't know, of course, allegedly, apparently, whatever, Jay-Z has ownership in the Brooklyn Nets. But come to find out, it's like the smallest percentage that you can get to own anything. Now, I do know also that Jay-Z has like stock or a percentage or ownership in the prison system. Now, to me, in my opinion, that's probably where he makes the bulk of his money from, because they're gonna make sure they lock up some black folks. Okay, so he probably get paid real good in that area. image to get people out of. So apparently, this was a post, or advertisement in his neighborhood. So that's what Larry Johnson is bringing. That's why he bringing this up right here. So there was some type of blueprint for greatness in the neighborhood. They thought it was going to be some type of community thing or something, but or this came up when he got the ownership for the Brooklyn, the what is it, the basketball or football team? I don't know. Let's let Larry tell it. Okay, I'm gonna go back a little bit here. The Brooklyn Nets, but the reason why they put him up here with the owner, because they needed him to be an image to get people out of their housing. So you glossed over the fact that, oh, this is a black man in the corporate white world, really being an image and a representation of us, that you can make it out of the hood and you can clean up your past and you could be right up there with the big dogs. No, they were kicking people out of their homes in Brooklyn. That was one of the main reasons I wanted to do this video.
Okay, that's Black Balloon talking there. But yeah, I thought that was very interesting. Let's get into this right here. Let me skip through it.
Play Center began in what, 2010, 2011? Just really quick, there's a couple different articles about it. It says Barclays Center is more than just an arena. It is a contested landmark born from contradiction. It stands at the intersection of private ambition and public promise, of civic hope and social betrayal. It brought jobs and culture, but also displacement and delay. Its history is a microcosm of American urban development in the neoliberal era, a dance of money, memory, and power, and it's still unfinished, literally. Many of the original Atlantic Yard/Pacific Park buildings remain unbuilt. The Barclays Center was built as a part of Bruce Ratner's Atlantic Yards project to revitalize a swath of Brooklyn with an arena and residential towers. Its history was marked by fierce opposition over eminent domain, broken promises about affordable housing, and symbolic controversies over naming rights and gentrification. Though it became a cultural hub, the broader development plan remains incomplete and controversial to this day. So
So what he's saying there is apparently there was supposed to be a blueprint for the community to build the community up, right? So I guess Jay Z was along with probably some major billionaires, actual billionaires, allegedly, okay, purchasing property in the community or in the area. And Jay Z's with him. So, of course, he has the black face. So everyone's looking at him like, oh, okay, it's okay because, a black man is with him. He's going to do good by us by doing something for us. And that wasn't the case. Apparently, it's that article is saying allegedly that there was a lot of buildings that was brought, destruct a lot of destruction that was made in the area, and nothing came of it. No one got any jobs. It actually defamed the community or the area and made it look even worse. So that's what Black Balloon was stating there in that article. So when Jay Z act like he done did something, like he doing something for the community, for the people, he is not and ain't. He ain't doing nothing. Okay, but talking. He doing a whole lot of talking. And allegedly he has a gambling issue, but we ain't even gonna talk about that. So anyway, let's get back to this. There was another part here in Black Balloon's video that I wanted to show y'all that Larry Johnson brought up.
Cool, I feel okay about being pushed out of my home. Insane. Anybody who's attached to Masonry, it's the cult of Baal. They believe in sex worship and human sacrificing. So he quit rap or retired from rap a little short under 2005. His nephew, which he was close with, he was the one that was sacrificed. Then he came out of retirement October 27th. And then he came out with Kingdom Come, and Khalik is featured on Lost Ones. He thought he could live his art outside of control. And that's why they funneled him back in to Masonry. When you say they, like, who is that? whatever the threat to, however the system is set up to keep things at status quo, and keep us in a position of using words like allow. So anyone that's culpable in creating the system that we operate under, that's they. Yeah. That's they. Everybody know who they is. They can't do anything without allowance. That means your Christ Scottish Rite allow them to put out a certain image. Jewish mysticism or the Talmud allows them to get away with certain rituals and rites because that's their form of passage to elevate themselves through degrees. It has to involve children. It has to involve sexuality. It has to involve blood sacrificing. You said something just now, though, about you pushing independence, right? Kind of like in the spirit of Prince. When you embody that, do you feel like you are kind of setting a mold or leading a charge for, like, what the successful black man is allowed to do? And, like, breaking these spaces, breaking these confines? Yeah. I even want you to take that out of your vocabulary. Take what? Allowed. You know what I'm saying? We're not allowed to do anything. You know, in order for someone to allow you, they have to have authority over you.
Okay, first of all, who ain't got authority over us? Come on now, come on. Now, don't it look like he a vampire and he like on a in a casket? What's the red room about? And from a distance, doesn't this picture look like either a child or a face? But if you go up close, it kind of looks like a heart. But and I was asking about certain pictures that were in those that GQ interview that Jay Z did. Some of those pictures just look real like suspicious to me, in my opinion. But I'm not sure who the artist was. I was thinking that it's probably Basquiat because I believe Jay Z is like taking on Basquiat's um characteristics or energy or something. Anyway, so if you don't know who Basquiat is, Basquiat was a young black man. I believe he was from New York or he lived in New York. He was an artist. He used to use spray paint and paint on the side of buildings, and he was very talented. I believe that's a piece of his artwork, but I'm not sure. Anyway, so he was also on rugs real bad. Like I believe he was on hard rugs, like with the D, hard rugs. But I think he was on like heroin or something like that. I know it was very strong rugs that he was on. Okay. Anyway, allegedly he ended up getting around this